if you're writing a novel or a screenplay that's based on yourself or loosely based on yourself, I think that's great. Write what you know. But there's a trap that new writers, I think, fall into. And I just recently read a book by a writer, and I think she fell right into the trap, and it's why I didn't enjoy the book. This is why I don't think it should be the angle. I don't think it should be, look how interesting I am, or look how quirky I am, or how cute I am. I find that off-putting. I think that really alienates your reader or your viewer. What I think it should be is, look how human I am. What does that mean? You know, give me a break, I'm only human. That means I make mistakes. That's the angle I think you should be writing from. My book, it just dropped, The Paper Orchestra. This is a book of mistakes. Look at all the mistakes I've made. And I don't know, I think that's the approach you should take. It falls into two genres, which I don't like the names of either of these genres. Some people call it personal essays, and like, who wants to read an essay? That sounds like homework. Other people call it memoir, which I hate that term even more. Like, I'm writing my memoir. It just sounds so self-important and self-aggrandizing. And if you write that way, I think it just turns people off. These are all the mistakes I've made, but they're dramatized to make it feel more interesting and more engaging. It's like reading a movie, basically. But that's why I get so much joy when I get comments like this from Mark. He wrote, "Michael, I found my story in The Ghoul. That's tough to acknowledge." So The Ghoul is one of the stories in the book. And even though a lot of it is comedy, a lot of it gets deep. And yeah, The Ghoul is a story of mistakes, of a mistake and regret. And that's what people respond to. And so if you are an aspiring writer, I think you'll enjoy the book because it might illuminate a little. But if you're a reader, hopefully you'll enjoy it just as much because, yeah, it'll help you acknowledge parts of yourself that maybe you didn't want to look at. Yeah. My book, A Paper Orchestra, is available. Signed copies are on my website, michaeljamin.com. Or you can also find links to Amazon or Barnes & Noble, and it's available as an audiobook as well if you'd rather listen to it and not read the words in print, because that's even harder to acknowledge. Thanks so much, though.